Hello, I'm Brian from Playing for Second, and today I thought I would do a little solo play. So something I decided that I thought would be pretty fun would be to play one of the 18 card solo games, specifically Orchard by Mark Tuck. So this is one where it's kind of just a beat your own score. I've played it a few times on Board Game Arena, and my average is about 36. So today I'm just going to play until hopefully I score 37. That's the goal today. So, spoilers for the length of the video. If it's over a couple hours long, just skip to the end and you'll see me weeping, most likely. But for the time being, let's go ahead and go down to the table and start playing Orchard. Okay, so in Orchard, if you're not familiar, you have three different types of fruit trees. Reds are apple, purples are plum, yellows are pear. Not super important what they are, of course, but what you're attempting to do is just build the best orchard. So what you're going to do, these two cards at the top are the two cards in my hand. Obviously, they're not in my hand, but they're just going to float up there at the top. This is my starting card here in the middle. And you're going to choose one of these two cards, and you can rotate them any way you want. And, well, 90 degrees any way you want. And when you place it, you're going to cover up at least one of an existing card in your tableau. So let's see here. Man. So these double ones always get me. I always immediately want to start off with those double ones, and I'm going to. I'm going to put the reds on top of the reds is what you're going for. If you do that, that's a perfectly legal placement. And then what you're going to do, the game comes with these dice over here. I'm going to take two reds because I have now started two apple trees. Like that. Now, if I were to put another red on top, that'll become a 3. And then another one on top of that, it'll become a 6. And another one on top of that, it'll become a 10. Of course, you're trying to score the most amount of points. So you do want to cover up things that you've already covered up. Once I have placed that one, I will bring out another card. The game comes with 18 cards. They are numbered in the center. Not sure how well that's going to come across on camera. Those numbers, I think, are just, I think there's a multiplayer mode that you can do with this. I'm not sure how that works. Haven't tried the multiplayer mode. I think it was made as it's a solo game. So, but those numbers don't really mean anything besides if you're trying to make sure you have all the cards left. So I have shuffled up and randomly dealt 9, which means there are 9 left over here off to the side of the table. So if I don't win in this first play, I'm ready to go again immediately. All right, so now I can take either of these two. Wait, does this guy match up exactly? It does. So I can put this guy right effectively on top of there, and it'll match up all 6. So I'm going to pull these off here, and you'll see it is the same design, or pattern, I guess. So these 1s will become 3s, and then these other ones will all get 1s. So we'll grab these here. Cool. I feel like that's a good start. 10 points already. All right, there we go. Okay, probably nothing as fortuitous as that, I would imagine, in these. So we have the double purple here. But if we size it up, does not match. You can, if I wanted to, I could place one so that they don't match. If you do that, you can do it twice during the game, and you get these rotten fruit tokens. These are worth -3 at the end of the game. So you really want to try to prevent doing that, unless it's just so good to pass up, basically. That doesn't work. I mean, I can do that. That would work, but a triple purple seems silly, for lack of a better word. I could also do this. That feels not terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to cover up these two with these two, which will make this a 6 and this a 3. You are limited in your dice. There are 5 of each. So if you ever go to place one that would be your 5th and 6th, you would choose which one you'd be your 5th, and you wouldn't get anything for the 6th. All right, let's see what else we got here. Double yellow. I do have a double yellow here. But I have a double yellow here as well. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yep, so we're going to do this. So this guy will become a 6. And these, got to reaffirm, yep. That's the nice part about doing this online. It does this part for you. Not that it's super difficult. I just forgot which ones I had. So we get some more ones down here, like so. And we'll grab another card. There's a double red. Let's see if that works out perfectly. My guess is no. Not quite. Oh, man. Almost. These two were reversed. That would be fantastic. They're not. All right, we have a double yellow here. Not quite. It won't work the other way. I mean, we could do that, though. That feels pretty not terrible. Again, I'm not claiming to be fantastic at this game or games in general. I guarantee you I'm not making optimal plays. But this is a fun little puzzle. I'm usually not a fan. I am going to go ahead and do this here while I'm talking. Usually not a fan of quick playing games. There's usually not enough in there for me for those. But these games really, I like them quite a bit. They just, have the right amount of thinkiness for me for a quick small box game. So yeah, the box says it takes 10 minutes. If you play it online, it's even quicker because you don't have to worry about all this. But this is also pretty fun. And it's a nice, relatively small. I kept more room probably than what I needed. And if you actually use these as a hand, this would be one that you could play. I see a lot of people trying to figure out what to play on an airplane, things like that. This would be one that you could play there. All right. Oh, man. I think that seems good as well. So we are going to cover these up. That's going to be a 6. That's going to be a 3. Now, this is my last apple. And second to last pair. I only have 2 cards left. So I do, if possible, I want to get some of these 6s to 10s. Obviously, that's a big jump there. So let's see. Oh, man. This game has just worked out for me. That will go perfectly right there. Yeah. So I'm just going to try to move these over the way they need to go back on. And then this will just go right, boom, perfectly right there. I think this is supposed to be the 10 symbol, I think. This is going to be a short video because those 3 right there are 30. So I think my top score in this game, according to BG Stats, is 44. So coming for you, 44. That is my last plum, but it really shouldn't matter. 1 card left. Let's see, maximize points. What do we have here? We have another double. Oh, I already looked at that. This is the same card I had earlier that I wasn't a huge fan of. Now, this could be a case, if I were to cover these up like this, I'd get 1, 2. This would effectively be a 3 jump. So that would be 5. This would go away, effectively making it a 4, and then I would get a -3. So this, I'd get to add 1 die. I wouldn't get to add that one, so it'd actually be a wash. So you don't really want to use these rotten apples, but there are certain cases, like if I could have dropped this one, and this would have been the only rotten apple or something like that, totally would have been worth it. But for the time being, not trying to get any negative score. I'm really pretty happy with how I'm doing here. This is usually how I do it. I get to the last card and just looking for some place to put it. I mean, I've got diagonal plums here, but doesn't go into a yellow. This one does, though. But I don't have any plums left, so I wouldn't actually get any points for the matching plums. Which again, at this point, I think I've already met my goal. Haven't actually mathed it out yet, but those 3 being 30 feels pretty good. So let's just see if we can. I have 1 pair left, so we're going to try to cover as much as we can that I've already got. Again, almost perfect. Those are already 10s. They can't get any higher. They are already pulled over. They cannot pull over anymore. So let's just go ahead. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get the 2 points for this and easily slot it in over here. Well, actually, we'll do this. Yeah, I'll do this one. Put it right here like this, so this will become a 3. And then I will use my last pair. And go right there. That's the game. Now we are just going to add up here. I'm just going to go row by row. 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 41, 2, 5, 8, 9, 52, if I've mathed correctly. We'll just double check that. That's 1 and 3 is 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 30 more is 41, 2, 5, 8, 9, and 52. So yeah, there you have it. Now in the book, this is one of those games that has like a little chart to tell you how you did. Let's see how I did. Oh no, almost. So if you have less than 25, you're paltry. They're all puns, which I hate, but whatever. 50 to 54 is the second highest, close to perfect. 55 or higher is almost impossible. So there you go. So with 52 points, this is a shorter video than I anticipated, but I most definitely beat my goal and beat my highest score. So this is a game of the industry. There are 3 total in the series. This, of course, is the first one, Orchard. Then there is Grove, which switches it up a little bit. And I actually might end up playing that one here too, because this went quicker than I thought it would. And then there is Forage, which is one on Board Game Arena. They're all 3 on Board Game Arena. So if something that kind of interests you, take a look at them on there. I think they're also coming out with a 3-pack where you get all 3 of them in one bundle. I think I saw that somewhere. Forage, I've not beaten. That one, they get progressively harder as you go. This is one of the easier ones, so don't be too impressed. Not that you were, but this is, I think, the easiest of the 3. So thanks for joining me. And again, I have been Brian, and this is Playing for Second. Have a great day.